How's it going, everybody? Paul Kenny here of Marino's Athletic Performance, here to talk to you on this Thursday about energy system development. Okay, I believe energy system development is a great tool to have, but it's often misused in the training facility. Athletes and parents come in here all the time talking about their kids being out of shape or needing endurance work or conditioning. So conditioning is a very relative term. I like to use energy system development. I first heard it from Mark Verstegen out of Exos, basically breaking down how to condition specific athletes. So energy system development has three realms: the quick system, the medium system, and the long system. All right, the quick system, as we discussed first, is going to be anything that lasts less than 10 to 12 seconds, okay? So if you're talking about a maximum speed sprint, usually 8 to 10, maybe 12 seconds, that's when we're talking about the power running out. So our quick system is anything that's going to be maximal power, but short duration. When we're doing the quick system, we want to allow 6 to 20 times the amount of the time we work for recovery, okay? So say we're doing a 20-yard sprint. Our collegiate athletes here will do a 20-yard sprint, probably 95% of them, in under 3 seconds. If they're doing a 3-second 20-yard sprint, they should allow approximately 60 seconds to recover. Now we're talking in that 20 times the recovery. The reason we want them to recover for this long is because we want maximal muscular activation during the activity we're doing. We don't want them to run a 20-yard dash, jog back, get back in 15 seconds and do it again, because is that going to be as fast as the first one? No. Is it going to be as powerful? No. So we're training an athlete to be submaximal at best. That's not what we're trying to do in the quick system, okay? This quick system, a lot of MAP athletes know I use on the bike sprints, okay? If I ever have you hop on a bike, you'll see this 8-second sprint on the minute. What that means is you're sprinting for 8 seconds, but you're allowing 52 seconds to recover, okay? That is going to allow the muscles to recover enough to produce maximal forces. After that system, we're going to get into the medium system. Now, the medium system can be considered our gray area of training. If you're ever talking to a strength coach, sometimes they battle between doing maximal speed work and doing maximal strength work. Okay, there's this little gray area in the middle that sometimes they don't want to hover in for too long, but it's good to be there. This is the medium system. So if you're doing a prowler push, say for about approximately 25 yards, it might take you 12 to 16 seconds, depending on the weight, to get the 25 yards. Now, if we were in the quick system, you probably need a long time to recover from that in order to get that, maximal power work. But sometimes in your sport, you don't dictate when you have to do something, okay? So we need to prepare the body for those bursts of effort that come when we're not recovered fully. So in that medium system, it could be anything from maybe 2 times to 3 times the recovery, and you may not elicit the same power output or maximal muscular effort, but you're going to get that body ready for, say, a sport like football and a no-huddle offense, or a sport like hockey when you got a double shift. You got to prepare the body to work in the gray area, but we don't want to spend a ton of time here, okay? And the final one is the long system, okay, or otherwise known as the aerobic system, okay? That is our athletes going for 4-mile jogs, okay? Oh yeah, I did my conditioning today. I ran for 40 minutes. So you ran sub-maximally for 40 minutes. Remember, aerobic plays a role, and we're going to go into that. But running really, really slow for a long period of time, in team sports, that's not really going to get you better. Especially if you're a baseball athlete going for a 4-mile jog. Tell me one thing you do in your sport that's slow. Okay, there's nothing that you need to do to get your body to move slow efficiently. All right? Even my soccer athletes, they tell me they jog around the field and then they have to, produce maximal force. But I don't want to see them jogging for too long, or I'd rather see them sprinting faster more often. So if you're a soccer athlete that goes for long runs, and you can move really slow for 90 minutes, maybe even more. That's awesome, but can you get to that ball that's 10 yards away when you need it in that 90th minute to get the ball for possession to win the game? Can you sprint full speed? Can you beat an athlete to a ball? That's what I care about as a coach. This is important because this is the recovery between the bouts of effort here. So picture jogging up or sprinting up a hill. Okay, when you do hill sprints, say it takes 10 seconds, that walk down, that's recovery. That's aerobic. That's why we need the aerobic system. I will program into a baseball pitcher's program, maybe a 30-minute bike or a 25-minute bike, because I want to see them work on that recovery between pitches or between at-bats if they're a hitter, because they produce a ton of power, but they also have to recover from it. So don't think this is not a necessary system because I'm hating on it, but in your sports, in your practices, you're typically working in that zone the entire practice. So you're getting that work in, which brings me back to the point. This is where you want to work when you're in the gym, okay? If you're playing sports, you're getting your practice effort here. If you're playing a game, you might be getting a little bit more here. I'm not saying this is poor for the gym, but 80% of the time, we want to be working in this quick system so that our athletes are recovering from high-intensity bouts of effort and they're able to repeat. Repeatability at maximal speed is how you create a great athlete. I'll repeat it. Repeatability at maximal speeds is how you create a great athlete. All right? If I have an athlete that can sprint 20 times, 20 yards or 10 yards at max speed, they're not going to have to do that much more in a game. So that means for the entire game, they're flying on the field. That's cool that your athlete's not even tired at the end of the game, but they got beat to 80% of their balls. They did not out-hustle anybody on the field. All right, so when you're thinking conditioning, please rethink conditioning and think energy system development. What are the demands of my sport, and where should I put my effort to get better at that sport? Again, my name is Paul Kenny. This is Energy System Development. Thanks for stopping by.